Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Paul Jackson, your host. Thank you for joining us. And it's kind of the unofficially, we're in summer now. We had a couple of weeks ago, it was Memorial Day, the unofficial beginning of summer. So the weather, we hope, is starting to warm up and be super nice now. And we head into all kind of great things behind us. The bandstand will be coming up here shortly. We've got, of course, the festival kind of in full bore. And they'll be really ramping up here soon. And of course, late in the fall, we've got the Fairfield County Fair, which at this point is 100% go. So we're excited about that. So in some manner, we're sort of getting back to normal. But we'll begin today's show. It is interesting. I enjoy reading about something, an organization or people who are solving a problem that I didn't know existed. And that problem was a shortage of diapers. At my age, that's not really an issue anymore. Well, it may come to be that, but not at this point. But I was reading about a couple, Jo and Tim Welsh, who started this Bottoms Up Diaper Drive, and well, that's interesting. Well, then I start hearing the numbers, and I was able to be on a Zoom meeting with Jo, and she talked about it. It's a phenomenal organization, and so we have Jo Welsh with us here. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Again, the problem you're solving, I didn't even know was a problem, but it's a huge problem.
Yes, absolutely. 1 in 3 families suffer from not having enough diapers to keep their babies clean, dry, and healthy. So my husband knew about it, and just from his work and other ministries. And we thought we'd do something kind of nice for our anniversary, our 40th, and ask our friends and family to buy 1 box of diapers for every year we'd been married. We ended up doubling that. We got about 80 boxes of diapers delivered, and then he was like, "Why don't let's just keep doing this?" So that's how we started almost 3 years ago. So it's amazing how it's grown, and
in 3 years. That's pretty much astronomical. I mean, you can't even exponentially imagine how big it's gotten.
Right.
Like it starts out at 40 and then boom.
Right.
You're talking, how many counties? 12 or?
Yeah, about 12 counties
12 counties
now.
you deal in that? Does that radiate out from Columbus?
Yes, Fairfield County, Columbus.
Sort of all the ones contiguous, but I think you said you go as far south as Portsmouth,
yes,
Scioto County.
County. We're in Athens, Hocking, Perry, Pike, Ross. We just added Delaware, and we go over to Licking as well. We're just I get calls. I'm adding 3 people this week, so and it's all grown organically.
Now, are these all volunteers you have?
We have volunteers that do our driving, our
Yes.
deliveries. We have 2 delivery vans, so we have one in Columbus, just parked at our warehouse there, and then one here in Lancaster. And so, we deliver out from our warehouses. And I mean, they're storage facilities.
Sure.
It's a warehouse. We call it a warehouse.
I got you. It's 4 walls and a roof. Do you see the problem worse in southern Ohio or worse in central Ohio? Some counties worse than others?
Yes, definitely. But the need is, so many people think about the need for food and people having their utility bills covered. And certainly those are big needs also. But the diaper need, people just don't think of it.
Never heard that as an issue.
Yeah.
When people get low in money, that isn't high on the priority list of things they have to pay first.
Right. And, you've got, diapers are expensive. It's $70 to $80 a month if you're able to buy what your baby needs. So most folks, if they go to, now let me just say that we deliver to pantries, child care centers, domestic violence centers, some church ministry groups. So we're not delivering to the individual. Mm-hmm. We're delivering to these partners. We call them community partners.
Right.
And they get the diapers to those they need, to those they serve. And they usually give them their clients or neighbors, they call them, maybe about 30 diapers a month. Well, that's only one a day.
Is that only 30 diapers, not 30 boxes, 30 diapers.
So that's one a day. So
minimal.
Yes. And we don't do that. We don't intend to be able to satisfy everybody's need.
Sure.
But certainly a lot of the families that we serve, that's what they go with. They go with that 30 diapers.
Whatever they get, they get.
Yeah.
So you say you deliver to some of these pantries. So I talk with a lot of people here, Maywood Mission, Lutheran Social Services, churches around have food pantries. Do all of these places have diapers as part of their staples?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In Fairfield County, yes, Maywood Mission, Lutheran Social, Community Action, 211 is one of one of our partners, and she's kind of there as an emergency for people. And I do get phone calls because I drive in a van that has my number on it, my phone number.
I saw your van the other day. It's out there. I mean, there's no doubt what you do.
Yep, absolutely. So when I do get a call from an individual, I try to get them connected with a community partner just to, because there's probably something else they need. Maybe they need food. Maybe they need help with electricity.
Sure.
Or maybe,
and I would say that'd be common, wouldn't it?
Yes.
If they need diapers, they probably have other needs that you don't necessarily deal with, but the agencies you deal with do.
Yes. We just do diapers and baby wipes. That's our mission.
Well, it's Bottoms Up Diaper Drive, and when you look at some of the numbers, like I say, it's kind of staggering. It says 1 in 3 families struggle to afford diapers for their babies, and based on what they've learned at Bottoms Up, 23 counties in the state, if you just look at that, they'd need 10 million diapers to satisfy that need, which nearly $2 million to solve that problem. So it is a huge problem everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would guess this pandemic has probably made it worse.
Yes, it has, and we increased the first. Let's see, in March we were doing about 29,000 diapers a month, delivering that many, and in 2 months we were up to almost 60,000. So we increased who we served and the amount of diapers we were delivering during the pandemic. But that won't go away now that we're in those places and delivering to those folks. We'll be there. We're staying there for sure. So I used to worry when we delivered 5,000 a month, and I think, how are we going to sustain this? And then when it moved up to 15, same worry. But we're doing 60 plus now. I stopped worrying about that because it once people hear that maybe a baby's sitting in a diaper for a day or a day and a half, or a mom is scraping out a diaper and reusing it, that's all you have to say to get people to say, wait, this is a problem. And
be an easy sell.
Yeah. And it affects the baby, even though they're young, it does affect them. If there's always discomfort and you may not know, but if there's a fussy baby in the house, nobody's happy, right?
The sign should be, if the baby's not happy, no one's happy.
Right. Because mom and dad, it puts a lot of strain and stress on the family.
And I would guess, in certainly many cases, be multiple small babies. I mean, that's certainly a possibility there.
Absolutely.
Talking with Jo Welsh. Jo and her husband Tim started Bottoms Up Diaper Drive, and they service about 12 counties, kind of contiguous to Lancaster and Franklin County, Fairfield County, Franklin County, and you have a couple of warehouses where you keep diapers. You're always looking for help. I know you are. In terms of, I don't know about people, but in terms of product, you always need volunteers. You always need money. You always need diapers. What's the best way someone, if they're hearing this, maybe for the first time, could get involved?
Sure. Well, there's always, like you said, there is always opportunity for volunteering, for donating.
Now, what does volunteering mean? Is that driving or going someplace to get them or deliver them? All the above.
All of that. Maybe there's you have data entry. Maybe you can't deliver.
Oh.
Maybe you can't pick up 25 pounds. Not that diapers are that heavy, but the loading and unloading of the van is something to consider if you want to be a driver. But, data entry, we always have coins to wrap and roll because we do get donations through our little piggy bank, our Dimes for Diapers.
Do you have little boxes out?
They're actually little piggy banks that have our logo, and it's called Dimes for Diapers.
Okay.
And so we do have those out in the community, but a lot of churches will just pass those out and do a little drive.
Yeah.
And for some folks, writing a check is easier than going to the store because they don't know what size. And typically, our size need is sizes 4, 5, and 6. And we do carry all sizes. And for those that don't know, it's newborn through 6, through 6, and baby wipes. So that's all we do. We don't do any like pull-ups or adult.
The brand isn't important.
No, but I will say that Pampers, Loves, Huggies.
All the major ones
are. Yes, and there are some like brands through Sam's Club
I was
and
going to say
Costco.
some of the
private label
are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But our kind of philosophy is I don't want to give the poor something that I wouldn't put on my own baby or my grandchild. We like to give them the best, for sure. But I don't want that to sound misleading or anything like that.
No, we understand.
But also, we can get them at a little bit reduced price because we buy them by the truckload, semi-truckload. And so we can get them at a little reduced cost.
Sure.
So folks want to go to our website, which is bottomsup.life. And there's a place there to do a diaper drive, donate through our gift registry or a baby registry, or donate cash,
and
money.
You're all over social media. I'm sure that's all the common ones are if you just Google
Bottoms Up Diaper Drive, you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on in LinkedIn as Bottoms Up Diaper Drive, so you can find us. Okay.
Only got a few seconds left,
Sure.
but when Tim got this idea and you obviously jumped right in, did you ever think this is where to go? I know it was your dream, but did you ever?
No. Paul, I thought I was going to retire at some point, but I don't think
Be careful what you wish for. It's not happening yet.
No,
anyway,
it's not.
Jo Welsh, along with husband Tim, who started this Bottoms Up Diaper Drive. You'll see it anywhere in Fairfield County. Certainly the vehicle she drives around is great advertising, but if your church wants to get involved, if any group you're in, civic group wants to get involved, again, they need volunteers, they need product, they need money, they're there, you need it.
Absolutely.
And you'll take it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, very good. Is there a phone number or that's just all on the website?
It's on the website,
Okay.
but my phone number is 740-808-6131, and I can be reached there. That's my one and only number.
Well, Jo and Tim, you do a great job. Thanks for all you're doing
Thank
for
you
the
so much,
community.
Paul.
It's a great project, and it's going to be ongoing. So
Yep,
just settle in.
absolutely. Yep,
You're in for a long run.
That's right.
Jo Welsh with us today on the Bottoms Up Diaper Drive. We'll be back in just a moment.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Fairfield Medical goes the extra mile to give attention to their patients, to their guests, anybody that comes within those doors.
There's no question that the staff there are all personally invested in seeing that I got the best care possible.
The staff was so comforting. I felt like she was in the best hands.
They basically gave me a second chance at life, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area, where the fountain is, and the memorials, and the flags, and all this stuff. And I looked around and I said, there's our bank right there.
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. And the employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Thank Jo Welsh for being on with us today. And again, we thank all the folks here at Fairfield Federal that allow us to come in each and every week. And I have to be careful now. I might get a little nudge if I say something incorrectly. I have one of the very fine folks here from Fairfield Federal. I want to introduce, first of all, Christa Moody. Christa is with us, and we'll explain why she's here. And Jason Annecy is here with us, and they're both here with a big project that's going on. Christa is not here as an employee right now of Fairfield Federal. She's here as the president, almost outgoing president, short-timer of Sherman Rotary. And Sherman Rotary has a great history of really being involved in the downtown, of doing a lot of good work, especially downtown. They've done a lot of projects, but Christa can talk about that. But the latest project is the one we're talking about right now, and that's why Jason's with us too. So Christa, take it away.
Okay.
You've come up with this idea, and it's a good one.
I am so excited about this project. So for my presidential project for my Rotary year, I wanted to do something special downtown. I have such a deep love of this downtown area. I grew up here. I spent a lot of time here throughout my life. And Sherman Rotary, in the alley that's between Provisions and Park National, has laid a footprint there. We have put lighting up. We had the umbrellas, which many folks remember the umbrellas. We have put planters. Now we have bistro tables. And now for my project, we're going to paint murals down that alley. There will be a mural on the park side. It's the part that has the stucco. And then we're going to go clear down the Provisions wall. It's not going to go all the way up. It'll go halfway. We are only allowed to paint on the historic brick that has already been painted. We cannot paint over unpainted brick. So it actually is going to work out perfectly. I'm going to let Jason talk about that project because it is his brainchild.
So this is pretty exciting for you. I mean, and I know you've done this kind of work. You're familiar with it, but this is a downtown project. People love the downtown, as Christa talked about. It's got to be exciting for you to get involved in this.
It is. It's so incredibly exciting. When Christa reached out to me, what I loved from the onset was that she had brought so many people together for this project to happen. So having Park Bank as well as Provisions, having Destination Downtown Lancaster, Christa there was a local paint company.
Keith Yates Paints.
Yeah, so many people came together, and there was this general interest of wanting to further beautify that alley.
Absolutely.
Especially for the fact that there's a lot of young people that come down that alley and they take senior photos and they hang out. So what could we do to just make it a little bit more of a visually interesting space for them?
Now it's pretty blah.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be blah, other than when you have all the good stuff out.
Yes.
It's nice, but you could certainly enhance that, and that's what you'll do.
Yes. So what we ended up doing was we initially had a conversation of what was the intention of the alley? What do we want to do? And we really just wanted to create a space for young people. That's where I ended up coming up with actually 8 different concepts. We discussed all of them. And the one that everyone really latched on was historically telling retelling about Gay Fad Studios.
Oh, one of the great places in Lancaster, from the 60s?
Yes. So we ended up doing a considerable amount of research.
Sure.
Thankfully, there's 2 individuals that had literally written the book on Gay Fad Studios history. Also, the local unofficial historian, Joyce Harvey, she's collected so much great information as well. And so combined, I was able to kind of compile and understand what is the Gay Fad story, just so that as we are paying tribute to it, as we are honoring Fran Taylor as well as all of the artisans and employees that worked there, how can we make sure to be as accurate as possible?
Sure.
So as far as the mural itself, when people come to check it out, what they're going to see is a lot of color, a lot of vibrancy.
That's what we want.
Great. So the reason being is because, as we know from all the glassware had literally thousands of different designs, and it always just had a wonderful mid-century kind of look to it. So what we ended up doing was actually referencing a lot of those designs and bringing them together into one mural. The left-hand side, which is the park bank side, pulls from a lot of astrobursts. So if you remember back from the mid-century time period, like all those fun stars and everything,
sure.
It compiles all the different astrobursts from many different glasses that she had produced. The reason that we wanted to do that was because I always just thought of the spark of creativity. The spark of creativity that started such an incredible company, but also the consistent spark of creativity that continued for many decades. One of the reasons that I think we became so inspired was not only because it's a great Lancaster story, but it's also just a great entrepreneurial story. For Fran Taylor that started that company, she started it with her own investment. In 1939, she was painting trash cans. So she painted little metal trash cans. She was putting floral designs on it. It was a way for her to be able to start working on her artistry. From there, she ended up actually shifting to glassware because of World War II and not being able to actually have access to metal.
Mm-hmm.
So she moved her operation to Lancaster so she could work with Anchor Hocking because that's where she accessed all of her glass. So it's this incredible story that it literally gives me goosebumps every single time I think about it. One of the most interesting pieces, though, is that she was one of just 3 women CEOs in the United States at the time.
Wow.
So there's just, as you kind of unpeel the layers of the history, there's just so much incredible...
You need more wall space.
Exactly.
You need more wall space.
Fingers
There's
crossed,
a bigger
right?
story to tell. And I tell you, you've referenced the name Christa and Joyce Harvey. Well, you probably can contact anyone in town. Yeah. Every door will come open to you if you know Christa or you know Joyce Harvey, because they do, well, certainly we all know Joyce is, like you say, a great historian. If you want to know something about anything, she's got a binder on it somewhere. She can get you a lot of information. So this, when you got a hold of him and he says he's in on this, you've got to be doing cartwheels.
Over the moon excited about this project. It is going to bring so much to our downtown area. I mean, you can just walk downtown and you just feel the history seething out of these walls.
And we're the perfect town for that.
It is. And so now we have this opportunity to bring together Anchor Hocking, which for many, many years, Anchor Hocking was Lancaster's largest employer.
Sure.
And bring it together with our downtown, our history. How exciting.
Now, when will you start?
So that's the thing that
we have a date yet?
Well, okay, so this is what's going to happen. As long as the weather is good, it seems like we should be able to start in about a week's time.
Oh, wow, very quick. Yes. And then what's the ETA on this? Is it months?
Well, we are hoping, weather permitting,
I was going to say the festival.
We are hoping to have it finished and do a grand opening of the Gay Fad Mural Alley on July 16th.
Nice. So festival time, right before the festival. So Art Walk and everything. Wow, that'll be. Man, you'll get looks like if you could click people on how many people would look at that on Art Walk night, that'll be phenomenal.
Well, actually, Art Walk night, Jason and I will be there.
Wow.
We will be, for people asking questions, we will be there to answer the questions. And, if people walking by when we're painting, I am painting as tribute to my parents. Both my parents worked at Anchor Hocking many, many years. And there's a lot of people like that just want to come and paint a couple strokes, and that's okay. And I cannot paint. I draw stick people. And Jason has assured me I can paint in the lines. So I'm painting
by
in the
numbers,
lines.
stay in the
Exactly,
lines.
that's me.
No.
I will paint in the lines, and if I go out, he can clean it up for me.
Yeah, we're
so
okay.
yeah, it's just going to be such a wonderful project. Big brothers, big sisters want to be involved in it. Rotary clubs, both Rotary clubs are going to be involved in it. Just anyone in the community that wants to come and paint. It's grown beyond Rotary project.
Well, that's
it's a
good.
community
That's what you
project. We want our citizens, if you want to pay tribute to someone you know, or a lot of people, look in your cabinets. Pretty good chance you've got some gay fat in there.
We've got a little example of it here. I'm with Christa Moody and Jason Annecy. Christa is heading up the project for Sherman Rotary. What was the official title of that again?
It's the Gay Fad Mural Alley.
Gay Fad Mural Alley. Jason will be doing the painting down there. It'll start, again, weather permitting. You hope for days like this. You hope for good weather. Boy, it'll be exciting when this gets underway. There'll be so many people coming by, and everybody has a camera now. Everybody has a camera on their phone. So it's going to be phenomenal about this. You have to be so excited to get a project that is so highly visible like this.
Yeah, it's always an honor to be able to work on a historical building. And this is one in particular that you have two historical buildings. You have an opportunity to tell another part of Lancaster's history.
Now, will these be just two long murals, or will there be...
They're two different shapes.
Okay, so there'll just be two. We're talking about two pictures one on either side. That's what it'll be, long. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that we've seen, even just kind of going around town and talking about this project. So many of the local residents have started sharing their personal stories.
Oh, there'd be a lot.
Yes.
There'd be a lot of people with that either anchor connection or gay fad connection, or both. Maybe they work for both. Can people still get involved? Are you still looking for more people to get involved or information?
If people want to paint, if they see us down there and want to paint a few strokes, absolutely more than welcome.
Yeah.
More than welcome. We would love that. We want our community involved in this project. Jason was a partner with the veterans mural
on the Amstutz
building.
Yeah.
And as I drove by there, I would always see people stopping and talking. Let me share a story. How wonderful for those veterans.
How many older people here would have a in their mind, I thought of that. My mom and dad used to blah blah blah. That's how it starts and generates. I've got some of those glasses in my. I use them. I don't use them. I have them in my curio cabinet. So, what an exciting project. You have to be so geeked about this. I mean, this is just wonderful.
We smile all the time, don't we?
I mean, this is wonderful. So it's going to be a project that's going to be going on in the alley between Provisions and Park National Bank. That alley, to me, it's Lyric Theater. I still think of it almost always as Lyric Theater. But that alley right there, and Sherman Rotary has already done a great deal down there. Again, your footprint is there at different times of the year, depending on what's going on. Really have enhanced the alley with arches and with, like you say, bistro tables and umbrellas. And now perhaps the final touch will be these beautiful murals. So, boy, that's exciting. It's exciting.
And this will be a project, Paul, that we can add on to as time goes on. On the park side, there are window wells that have been bricked in.
Yes.
We can, as time goes on, go down and paint in those. Do more. Paint more tributes to.
So it kind of fluid. It could keep changing as the time changes.
Yeah, and that's another part that we've been really excited about, is that the Glass Museum also wants to show more Gay Fed Studios glass, so that if somebody checks out the mural, they learn a little bit about the history from the mural. They just have to walk across the street.
Perfect tie-in right there. Exactly. I mean, within 20 feet almost.
Exactly.
I mean, you just walk across the light right there and you're there.
Yes.
Well, Christa Moody and Jason Annecy have been with us. Christa with Sherman Rotary, the one getting all this project started. The beautiful murals. Jason will be doing the artwork along with perhaps many other people. So best of luck on this. We'll keep in touch, and we'll have you back here, and we'll get an update on how this is moving on. That'd be great. Good luck. It's a great project.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks to Jason and Christa for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.